What's up, YouTube? It is the one and only BOK, and we are back with another video of Triple B.
Let's go.
On today's video, we are gonna go to the local brewery out here, give a little shout out to Ike and Oak, go talk some business, drink some good beers, you know, just kind of go with the flow and see what they got going on tap today. You know, they're always rotating out new ones, but you never know, it's gonna be a new day. So short little intro, we'll catch you when we get there. See ya. Hello, baby. No business right now, just beer. Let's do this. You guys have been open for what, like?
It's been 2 years.
Okay,
yeah,
2
so we're
years.
coming up on the 2-year anniversary next week.
Oh.
Yeah, so there we go, the anniversary.
Oh boy.
Anniversary show.
2-year anniversary coming up. Woo.
Yeah.
And I see we got a monkey nut back on tap today, so that's good.
Yeah, we're good to go. Got the crowd favorites, you know.
Crowd favorites, all right. Well, happy 1 week early 2-year anniversary. What day? Because I'm coming in on year 2.
I think it's the 7th was day 1.
All right, February 7th, we will be back here for year 2 of Ike and Oak.
Good.
And the address here?
6315 Main Street, Woodridge, Illinois, 60517.
Perfect, guys. Let's love it. Dan the man, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Enjoy.
6 through 11.
6 through 11?
I'll make it easy.
Alright, what are those beers, Brian? 6 through 11. What does that mean?
Alright guys, so out at Ike today we're going to do a flight. We're going to get number 6, the Hopper Dropper. It's an IPA beer. I'll give you my review later. Number 7, the Woolly Yoo. Little milkshake beer, a little chocolate and vanilla. Number 8 is the Grizzly Hackle. Again, a double IPA, a little bit of kick to it, a little fruity. Number 9 is a 12-pointer, a white stout. I'm not a stout drinker, but let me tell you something. It's going to be a good one. Number 10, the Woolly Jamba. It's almost like if you were to wake up in the morning and you were to make yourself a strawberry banana milkshake, you know, just add a little bit of beer to it. And then last but not least, the Woolly Sickle. Kind of reminds me back in the day when I was a kid. Hot summer day, you'd be eating that dreamsicle, the orange on the outside, the white vanilla ice cream on the inside. Now it's the 21-year-old version of a dreamsicle, so we'll see what happens, and can't wait to drink them. Alright guys, so we are at Ike and Oak today. First one we're going to start out with is the Hopper Dropper. It's an IPA beer, medium body IPA is what they describe it as. It's got some floral, some citrus, and some tropical aroma with the flavors, so bottoms up. Definitely a little hoppy. Oh yeah, it's an IPA, alright, got the kick. Citrus, not as citrusy as I thought it would be, but you can definitely taste it. So those of you who are IPA drinkers, I would say this one's probably right up your alley. Not too hoppy, not too weak, just right. So the Hopper Dropper. Gonna make this one easy. We're just gonna go right in order like the menu says. Number 7, the Woolly Yoo-hoo milkshake, chocolate and vanilla. Don't need to go to McDonald's when you can get a milkshake beer. It's not worth it. Come to Ike. So they're saying we got chocolate and vanilla in this with some citrus. Oh, you can smell the chocolate. And that aftertaste combines the chocolate and vanilla. Definitely there. I can see having one of these for dessert, maybe after dinner or before dinner, it doesn't really matter. That's a good one. For those of you who are big chocolate and vanilla fans, highly recommend that. to number 8, which is the Grizzly Hackle. Just so you guys know, the story behind this one potentially could be Ike and Oak got its name. Ike was apparently the grizzly bear, so out of Colorado, I think it was. So I'll confirm that with Dan the man, though. But Grizzly Hackle, double IPA, a lot of kick, intense bitterness. So those of you who are looking for something really good, 1 or 2 of these, like it. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Tastes a little fruity, but it doesn't say it's fruity, so I like it. Grizzly Hackle, number 8, double IPA. These are only tasters. Alright guys, so we're going to transition into a little business talk today. First and foremost, today's focus is going to be on interviewing techniques. Why am I choosing this? Well, I've been I'm the interviewer this week, not the interviewee, which is a good thing. Man, I'm so sick of that. I get to be on the side where I get to make the decision. So I want to help you guys hopefully land that next job, and I'm going to give you 7 techniques that I found out to be very helpful and all that. So step 1, dress for the job. Can't emphasize it how many slobs I see coming in for interviews and they aren't dressing for the job. You know, if you're going to interview for a construction business, you don't got to wear no shirt and tie. Just, man, do something. If you're coming into banking or accounting or whatever, you better be, if you're a male, repping that, oh, time out, we got some food coming in.
Cheese curd.
Bring it over. That goes to her, please.
And there's pork belly mac and cheese.
Yeah, that can go to her. That's hot, though, I know that.
There you go. Alright, enjoy.
Thank you. Whoa. Gotta get some dinner while we talk business, too, don't worry. Back to where we were, sorry. Ike brings me some good cheese curds. Best cheese curds in the Midwest, like I said. Can't go wrong. Some sort of Chipotle ranch, maybe, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's good. And I don't like ranch or whatever the hell it is. Back to where we were. So, dress for that job. Accounting, finance, banking, anything. If you're a male, you better be wearing a shirt and tie. If you're a female, you better be dressing up in some nice slacks, nice top. Don't be revealing any whatever. You know how it goes. Secondly, I understand that interviews are stressful. Well, you can do a couple things to minimize your stress. 1, prepare yourself for this interview. Research that company, know what you're going into, give a little bit of history on it. And the second thing is, don't be negative. If you're going to go in and say, hey, you know what, this is going to be the worst interview, or I'm going to be scared or whatever, you're setting yourself up for failure. Think positive thoughts. Think you're going to kill it. So that's just to start out. Now we're going to go into 7 techniques. Step 1, plan your first impression. When you go in, you're going to want to tell a story about this. People are going to remember you if you have something to tell. If you tell that story, they're going to say, hey, it's going to stand you out from that other individual, and the interviewer is going to remember you. The other thing is, don't, and I repeat, don't read your resume and recite it from start to finish. Look, the interviewer, he probably already read your interview 3 or 4 times before you came in, and so what you want to do is you're going to want to talk about exactly why you are the best candidate for the job. Look, anyone can write out on their resume, hey, I did this, this, or this. Yeah, we already know that. We don't want to hear it. It's boring. Cool. Look at that.
Oh, baby.
That's good. Oh my God. Oh, shoot. We're going to eat that. Man, that's cheesy. Number 2. Sell your strengths. Don't go in and just say, hey, I'm the best at this or this. Give details. Provide details on things. You know, when you're selling your strength, you're going to be like, hey, by the way, you know, I increased revenue by 10%. Or, you know, I brought in $3 million worth of loans. Don't just be like, well, we increased loans. That's boring. You know, give the details. I can 100% guarantee you, maybe not 100, but 90% guarantee you that most of the questions that you will be asked in an interview, one of them will be, what are your strengths? That's where you're going to sell it. What is your weaknesses? It's always with strengths come weaknesses. So in order to do this, I always like to recommend to people, hey, don't necessarily say it's a weakness, spin it off a little bit and say, you know, while I consider this to be, it's not my strong suit, where I can perform better is in such and such area. You know, you're not saying it's a weakness, but you're not saying it's a strength. It's a positive way to basically say the weakness. Step 3, prepare speaking points. Nobody wants to see an interview scripted. You know, you can't really script an interview because you don't know what that interviewer is going to ask you. You're going in and you're fresh. I mean, they're going to come in. You might think one thing, they're going to think another. Your best bet is to have bullet points. Highlight those key points. You know, and also prepare. If you prepare and highlight those bullet points, you're going to eliminate those parts where you're going to get nervous. One thing I tend to see is that if you have a gap in your resume because of whatever, a pandemic, a layoff, whatever it is, you know, and the interviewer asks you, you know, if you've prepared for that, you're going to be able to say, hey, this is why that gap was there. It's going to be smooth, it's going to be confident, and they're not going to catch you off guard, so it'll look a lot better. Number 4, enthusiasm. God, I love this point. Be enthusiastic. You know, nobody wants to sit here and be like, hey guys, I'm here for this. No, show a little bit of enthusiasm. Show a little bit of, you know, hype. It's what's going to get you. You know, if you land that job, that interviewer is going to want to know that you're going to be enthusiastic. You're going to be a go-getter. You're going to be energetic for that job. What you do in that interview states how you're going to be on that job. So be enthusiastic. Do all that. Step 5, tell a good story. You know, when it comes to storytelling, you don't want to drag it out, but you do want to tell a good story. And I'm going to say, start with a backstory. You know, some of you might ask, well, what do I mean by that? Well, you're going to want to talk about a project or an experience you had, and you're not going to want to give too much detail, but you're going to want to give just enough. When that happens, you know, the interviewer is going to probably be interested, a little bit more intrigued. Talk about the tasks that were important, the problems you incurred, and how you overcame those problems, and highlight the key points. And then last but not least, end on a positive note. Don't just be like, hey, by the way guys, you know, we solved it. No, we solved this problem by we increased revenue by 60%. That number is factual information. It's going to get you somewhere. So the other thing with storytelling is keep that story short. Nobody wants to hear you ramble on about stuff. So 2 minutes or less is probably a good number, I would say. If there's portions in that story where you personally contributed, don't use we. While it's great to, you know, applaud your teammates or whatever, if it was strictly you, use I. Don't be afraid to do that. And last but not least, make sure that it is in dialogue form. The thing is if you get that interviewer asking you follow-up questions after you've talked about it and everything like that, you know you've succeeded. So keep it in a dialogue form. That was step 5 I just went over on telling a good story. Step number 6, end the interview on a positive note. I can't tell you how many times the last thing I hear in an interview is, well, do you have any questions or concerns? That's negativity. Like, concerns are negativity. No, make sure you end that interview on a positive note. Ask about what are the qualities that make this a good interview or something like that. You know, it's going to leave a lasting impression on that interviewer, and it's just going to make a point. I mean, if you can get that last impression and walk out the door and they say, oh, well, there was no negativity, this is perfect. Odds are you have done what you needed to do. And then step 7, we're going to do listen and connect. It is key to listen. You know, while the interview is all about primarily you answering the questions the interviewer asks, you also need to listen. I can tell you, I've sat down before and I've sat through an interview and they're like, hey, this is the history of company XYZ or whatever it may be. Act like you're engaged. Don't even act like you're engaged. Be engaged, because they're going to want to see you engaged. I understand the history of companies is boring. we weren't alive in 1936 probably, or whatever it was, or whatever, when that company started, but guess what? That's their roots. Be engaged, be listening, and show interest. And then I always like to end out with the fact that if you can connect somehow to the interviewer, whether it be, they got a kid in high school and you got a kid in high school, or, you both like a sport, connect with them. They're gonna remember that. They're gonna say, if it comes down to you and Joe or Susie, and you have a kid in high school and they have a kid in high school, and Susie or Joe doesn't have a kid in high school, and you can relate to something, they may just say, hey, you know what? He gets my drift. You're gonna get the pick. So those are the techniques for interviewing. If anyone's got any questions or anything, drop a like on the video, drop a comment. I'll be more than happy to follow up with you guys, and we can go from there. So when all said and done, this interview is gonna be okay. All right, guys, back to the beer tasting now that business is out of the way. As you can see, I really enjoyed the number 9 12-pointer stout. Typically speaking, your stouts are a little bit darker. This is a white stout, so it's a little bit lighter in taste. And the fact that there's about 1 sip left, phenomenal. That's all I can say. Smooth and creamy. It too has a little bit of hint of chocolate and vanilla, but all in all, man, I don't like stouts, but this is some good stuff. So I'm gonna finish this one before we get into number 10. Okay, number 10, the Woolly Jamba. I'm telling you, if I knew how to brew beer, I could make this at home, because it's a strawberry and banana milkshake, but with beer and hops. So this one, hot summer day, when Ike opens their patio, man, this is good for 1 or 2. I'm gonna tell you right now, you've seen a lot of me, but EJ, my cameraman over here, it's his fave as well. So
it's the one to get.
That's the one. When the cameraman likes it, he knows what's up. So we're gonna drink some strawberry banana. Like I said, that's all you taste. These flights too, 6 flights, man, or 6 pour tastings, whatever you want to call them. It's perfect. 2 sips. God, that is good. Last but not least, we're gonna stay on the Woolly family. This is the Woolly Tickle. Like I said, I think I mentioned before, and if I didn't, this one tastes like a dreamsicle. Back when we were kids, hot summer day, refreshing with a dreamsicle popsicle. This has got hints of orange and vanilla in it. I call this the popsicle for adults over 21. So again, another one of my favorite beers here. I would say right now on the menu, this is probably my 2nd or 3rd favorite. Jamba definitely up there in the top 3 as well. Number 1 though is the 12-pointer, so highly recommend it. If you do like a sweeter beer though, this and the Jamba are the way to go. So we're gonna finish this one and call it a day at Ike. Better savor that last sip though. So smell. All right, guys. Well, that was the flight tasting today at Ike and Oak. Again, come check them out. They are on Main Street in Woodridge, in the 7 Bridges area. Give them a little business. Follow them on Facebook, Ike and Oak Brewing Company. Like them. Great place is great. Small business. People are great. All in all, just a fabulous place. So I'll catch you guys later.